You're watching Around the Base Sport. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on our Instagram page. Enjoy the show, and here are your hosts.
I'm Jack.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Amon, and this is
Around.
The Bay.
Sports. In case you want to know where Jesse is, he is he is out tonight. School has been keeping him out of our daily schedule, but hopefully we'll see him soon and get the whole squad back together.
Hope you come back soon, buddy.
But thanks for tuning in another daily episode, and man, we got some stuff to talk about. We got college basketball has begun. Still pretty crazy games as well. Of course, we got the NFL, and of course, the main topic, a cinematic baseball game of a World Series that for us might be in the record books. No matter, of course, the team that won it's sad, but overall performance, it's up there.
It's an absolute tragedy.
And if on our Instagram page, Jack made his reaction. If you haven't seen it, glad you tuned in. We'll show it to you. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to college. Sorry, folks. There we go. Let's get to college. Quick recap of last week's games. Big one. Seems like Archie and Texas is starting to roll a bit as they take down Vandy.
Looks like finally Archie is starting to get his ish back together. He's finally looking like the player that he's expected to play as. So it's good to see that he's performing well.
Yeah, so we'll see as we're kind of approaching near the end of this year. We'll see where maybe Texas will be maybe a playoff spot. We'll see. Drew, your reaction?
I mean, good win for Texas. Obviously, Vandy was number 9 heading to the game, so it was a big time win for them. And as you all know, college football playoffs coming soon. So next month. So by the way, it's November. By the way, hello November. But yeah, it's coming soon. Obviously, Texas, they still got a lot of games left, so we don't know what the end of the season's in. But at the end of the day, it was a good win for Texas, and yeah, good for Texas.
I couldn't really see it because me being a YouTube TV customer, ESPN is out, so I couldn't be able to watch this game, which I could.
It was?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
The servers were down, or
we'll talk off camera for that. Well, I got my upset. SMU beats Miami. Miami losing twice now. Lost to Louisville at home, and now losing to a good SMU team.
It's always good to see Miami lose.
This took it to overtime, so of course the Notre Dame fans should be happy. As your Jack's response, Drew, you're probably the same.
Yeah, they play I don't know, but
they played very well in the second half. The first half, they were battling quite a bit with Boston College, and not gonna lie, I was very nervous. And going to the third quarter looked a little nerve wracking. Then once the fourth quarter hit, they just took it from there.
I saw Boston College they're in red zone in Notre Dame territory. They're only down by 8. I don't know, it was 8 or 10 points.
Yeah. But the thing is about that game, the Notre Dame special teams, they missed 2 field goals and a PAT.
Yikes!
It was
yeah.
Notre Dame has been struggling all year on their special teams, and they need to fix that immediately if they're going to want to try to get back to the championship or deep.
I'm not sure if Florida got screwed over again, but Georgia survives 24-20. I know Florida's pretty much entering a new chapter. They fired their head coach. And, I mean, seems to, did enough, but not enough to pull off an upset here against Georgia. Any reactions?
I mean, it was a tight game. But
tight game, yeah.
Speeds for itself.
Obviously, it was a tight game, and then, I don't know, Georgia, they scored, and, yeah, but that was battle tested for Georgia, so that's the game they needed.
Indiana routs Maryland. Nothing crazy there. Texas Tech dominates Kansas State on the road. But good old Cal. I was able to at least catch some of it in a way of like kind of like a YouTube sort of broadcast of it. But unfortunately, Cal was close. They were down by 10, but then our QB threw a pick six that pretty much ended it.
Yeah, that was. I watched the ending of that game, and that was just frustrating.
That was unfortunate for Cal. And speaking of Cal, they got Louisville on the road. So we'll see how that goes.
You got a tough back-to-back weeks.
I don't know. I don't know what's with Michigan lately, but how do we let Purdue almost win a game? And this is in Michigan, by the way. I'm assuming this is Michigan, Purdue. Who knows? But okay, that was a nail biter. This is the biggest game. Props to NC State.
Yeah.
Like Georgia Tech was rolling. They were having literally an undefeated season. And NC State, not sure what their game plan was. I don't know if it was injuries, but winning 48, dropping 48 on basically one of the best teams in the ACC, and pretty much being pretty good there, as you can see, 48-36. So I don't know if you guys expected that upset.
No, not really. I didn't expect Georgia Tech to lose this game because
Yeah, that's very unexpected.
I thought Georgia Tech was the favorites to win the ACC, but this game shows that any team ACC can win the conference. So, but yeah.
So USC beats Nebraska, but what I didn't know is, unfortunately, the pretty much the all-star quarterback,
Mario is out.
Broke his leg, broke his fibula
in the game.
Yeah, in the game.
Damn.
I heard he was out with a broken leg, so I'm assuming it was from this game against USC. But USC.
Amon's kind of out.
Yeah, like Amon was saying, USC, they're like a pretty solid team. They're ranked 20. It's just the quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amon, you like froze for like a minute.
Froze for a little bit, yeah.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, you're good now. Yeah.
All right, let's just.
Obviously, Tennessee beat. Obviously, Oklahoma beat Tennessee. That was a big time stake game for both of the teams, and Oklahoma ended up winning and saved their hopes for the playoffs.
Cincinnati, y'all are getting on my damn nerves. You should have won that game against Utah. Instead, you get your ass handed to you. Come on, man. Gotta play better.
Team. All right, well, as you know, this is where a heavy bye week is for most of the teams. So you can see the latest day is scheduled. It's just fairly spread out. 2 Friday nights, a few Saturday mornings, and so on. So, I don't know, dude. Well, of course, the biggest game for the morning is BYU and Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So
I got Texas Tech. I got Texas Tech winning that game.
Yeah, I got Texas Tech.
I don't know.
I think BYU gets pushed.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. We'll go with the Red Raiders. Do you have any chances of Mississippi State keeping this close?
Probably not.
Because Mississippi State, I mean, they almost beat Texas. Unfortunately, they lost their lead, went to overtime, and they lost.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Georgia's going to get it together this week.
Well, the big game for another big, maybe semi-big game, Indiana and Penn State. And
yeah, it's at Penn State.
At Penn State.
Of course, playing a game at Penn State is like very, very intense. So, I mean, the whole crowd can make it interesting, but I expect Indiana to win that game.
So no upset there. Purdue, fortunately. Oh, wait, Drew?
I can see a tight game against Oregon and Iowa. I can see a tight game for that. But other than I would say that. And then obviously Texas A&M, Missouri's game can probably be tight. Probably a big time game. So yeah.
I realize it's on top 25 thing, so at least that makes it quick. Fortunately, Purdue got host Ohio State, and how that goes. Does Miami bounce back, or can Syracuse pull off and beat another team to beat Miami?
Well, Syracuse beat them last year, and if they can do what they did last year, I'm sure they do the same thing as this year. Also,
So gather your upset,
yeah,
Like,
I think, yeah,
Jack. Anything to say?
um,
Saying?
after that loss, after the loss they just had, I think they're going to take it personally, and then they're going to take it on in Syracuse. So I think I'm going to go Miami for that one.
Alrighty. For me, I think Miami will bounce back.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Texas A&M is good, but Missouri though, I think they got the capabilities for an upset here. So I
Yep.
got my upset with Missouri over the Aggies.
If they can hang on with Alabama, I'm sure they can hang on with Texas A&M. And yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
I
think
think it's
Missouri's
gonna
going to
be
win that game.
I think Missouri's gonna win this game, and but it's gonna be a good test for Texas A&M.
Um, well,
Whew.
Oregon going to Iowa. That's something you don't see as a Big Ten matchup. But Iowa with their head coach that's been setting records for their organization for their camp at college. Do you expect anything close?
I say a close game, but I feel like Oregon's gonna put the game away by halftime. So
All right.
Yeah, I think this might be a blowout.
So, well, speaking of another coach that got fired, Auburn's coach. Auburn's coach is out. So Vandy will likely bounce back, but Auburn's been pretty unlucky on their matches. That against Georgia, against Bama, I think like they had moments where they could have went their way. Well, another team to congrats is Washington. They're finally got eyes on in Seattle, and Washington's in the top 25. Let's see if they can move up against Wisconsin. You know how the Badgers have been. It's
yeah,
just awful.
yeah. Shout out to my two cousins who went there. So shout out to them.
Well, Well, this would be an interesting game. Wake Forest, because they fought pretty well with SMU. I believe it was SMU last week. SMU against.
Wake Forest. I don't know who they faced last week, but
Oh, that's SMU. But anyway, I feel that's be a pretty close game. I don't know, like Virginia, so far in their best season, I heard like since 19. I say the 60s, but maybe a little later than that. But do you think the Virginia close nail biters finally might come to an end?
mm,
I think Virginia's going to win by like 2 touchdowns. I'm going to say Virginia's going to this time. It's not going to be so close.
yeah.
You guys think Cal can bounce back and maybe get at least a top 25
When
win?
Cal played against Virginia, Cal could have potentially gone down the field and get a field goal to tie it and go into overtime. But the quarterback threw a boneheaded pass on the end of that play. I believe the quarterback will learn from that mistake, and Cal will pull off an upset.
All right, like what I'm hearing, Drew.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Honestly.
Like sometimes, like as a person, you just learn from doing stupid crap. And in this case, the quarterback pretty much threw it right to the defender. He ran it back for a pick 6, so he's not going to do that again. And hopefully, Cal pulls it off. I mean, I like Cal anyway because I'm Bay Area native. I lived in the Bay Area for many years, and I have faith in Cal. I think Cal's going to have a big. I think this is.
Cal not gonna lie, the season it was having a good start, but we're having a bit of a decline. Sorry, I just want to pause real quick. This is what I don't know what's with Wisconsin. I mean, I hope they could beat Washington, which is probably not happening because the next week they go to Indiana. Why Wisconsin? Like, what did Wisconsin do to deserve this?
I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to lesson one is humility to Wisconsin.
Like we haven't gotten a divisional win. Okay, moving on. So Navy got Notre Dame. There's a lot of history. Isn't there history about that?
Lot of history
A
between.
lot of history for sure.
One of your guys want to break it down a little bit or sum it up of a little history with these two teams, if you have anything to recall.
Let's see. I mean, as being a Notre Dame fan, because my father went to Notre Dame, and it's just Notre Dame and Navy. It's the rivalry's gone back for many, many, many years. I mean, excuse me, give me a second. I mean, this rivalry has been going on, I would say, since Notre Dame's been literally playing against my Navy. Like, it was literally lasted long. It lasted from, 1927 to 2019. And, they stopped, and then they played again. So this rivalry's been going on for almost 100 years.
Do you know?
And Notre Dame is 70, and Notre Dame against Navy is 77-13 and 1 all time. And they lead the series.
Navy at least got 13 wins off of them. That's good. That's okay enough. Good enough.
Yeah, and this is, always respect to the Navy. It's even been it was even rooted in a World War II agreement, era agreement, where Navy used Notre Dame's campus as a training center.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's kind of like that, a frenemy rivalry, you could say. And Notre Dame has great respect for the military, and everybody should pretty much have all great respect for the military. And I remember a couple years ago, I went to go see Navy play against Notre Dame when they played at the Baltimore Ravens Stadium, and that was a great experience. And it looked a little scary in the first half, but then Notre Dame just took over from there. And I know Navy this year, they're 7-1, so they're having a really good season. But I think Notre Dame's gonna beat Navy, definitely.
All right, I probably know Drew's gonna have the same facts, so we'll move on. And the nightcap, at least for the big game, LSU. We know their story. They might bring back their old coach.
Big O.
A guy who pretty much sounds like a
guy from the state of Louisiana. I don't know what.
I literally sounds like he smokes 20 packs of cigarettes per minute. God, it sounds like RFK Jr., man. Okay. But Alabama's going to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right.
But what about you guys? Who do you think is going to win this game? Be real. It's not going to be LSU. I'm just going to tell you that right now. If you think it's LSU, you can say that. But
I kind of want to say LSU because they got the firepower. The games they had against Vandy.
Ole Miss.
Isn't this a rivalry too?
Yeah, it is.
The two SEC teams, and they are always some of the most competitive.
They're pretty much neighbors.
Hmm.
But yeah. But there you go. That's our recap. That's our picks. Let us know.
Let's do that prediction. Oh yeah. No, that was our prediction.
Well, yeah, Drew, before we do that, Drew, how you like your Gales?
Yeah. So yesterday was a start of college basketball, and luckily Jesse and I was at the game last night, St. Mary's. So the game was a little bit shaky.
Who they play?
They played St. Thomas from Minnesota.
They have They've been in the march. They've been in the dance a few times.
They've been dancing. They had Tyler Hill's little brother who's on the team. So
really?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I think his name is Miles Hero, or no. One of his brother, Tyler's brother, plays there. So they just kept mocking him throughout the whole game, and Yeah, the Gales, they started off a little bit shaky at first, and then once the first half happened, they kind of got rolling after in the second half. They just couldn't miss, and they won by 26. Mike Lewis, awesome game for him, and Morauskas had a good game, but but uh, it was a good start for a good win for Gales to start a good season. So hopefully we can see them, but we're gonna just gonna take it game by game. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
was taking a peek at the St. Mary schedule. Why are you guys facing everyone from like the southeast? Like you're
I don't
facing
know.
teams from like
Well,
Arkansas.
who's the most competitive team that St. Mary's is going to be playing this year? I know you're going to play Gonzaga at some point, right?
Well, yeah, and then we're supposed to play Boise State and
Boise State, Washington State. They're hosting Washington State Saturday.
We're supposed to play Wichita State in the Bahamas, and then
That'll be a tough one. But like, I mean, you got like Washington State, Oregon State. I mean,
Chattanooga is pretty good, and
and I just thought like I was looking at that schedule, and I'm like, why are you facing like Northern Iowa? I'm like, huh? It's like what's with these?
and we're supposed to play Davidson
Yeah,
at some point in this
on the road.
conference.
And then of course you got CLU being join the West Coast.
Join the conference, yeah.
You got Denver U joining in next year.
Next year, yeah. But
of course,
yeah.
we'll see as that season progresses. But now, folks, it's time. Even though we usually keep this last, but it's pretty fresh, and that is the World Series. And as I was saying, this is probably the most exciting game in our lifetime when it comes to that. Like, I mean, it had to go to 7. I mean, sure, it could went to 6, but it felt like the way that they played and just all the drama, I just felt like it had to go to a 7. And of course, yes, Jack, the team that won isn't the team that mostly everyone here in the United States don't want. But I mean, that could be a side talk, but it's just like the game itself was. I mean, you got like hate it or not, who won it. For you people watching, let us know. Like, was that probably the best World Series you've seen?
I would say the best one since 2016.
I mean, it's definitely one of the better ones. It's definitely one of the better recent ones.
Recent, yeah, for recent. But
It's just obviously the most disappointing result, though.
And
that was definitely though the wildest Game 7 I've ever seen.
Like, the Jays had like 6 opportunities
to score one run.
The one I hate is what the third base runner did. It's just, if he didn't decide to do a one-legged slide, that he could have barely been safe, even if Will Smith was about to just barely touch the plate. If he didn't do I saw a breakdown video of it, but it's like he had not such a big gap as soon as the pitch was made, and he was going for home. It's just like, if he may change his slide, I feel like he might have just got there, or the tie goes to the runner, that we say. So it's like, even if Smith barely nicked the plate when he caught the ball.
When he caught the ball, yeah.
Jay, that would have been it, and that was a boom, Jays. Nope. Fortunately, he decided to do a one-legged slide, and that pretty much cost it. And of course, I mean, got the bases loaded like 6 other times from the Jays.
Here's what I don't understand. Like, so in the last inning, before they turn the double play, when Christian Kirk's up the bat, you have a man on first and third. First off, a man on first and third, that's always a situation in baseball. You want the first base runner to steal and go to second, and the third base runner stays. Why doesn't the coach send the first baseman? If he simply sends the first baseman, like literally all he needs to do is just send him to steal. Because the catcher is not going to throw it in case the third base runner runs home and then they tie it up. That's just, I don't understand why you don't do that. Like Barger he's a fast runner. I just don't understand why you send him. You send him, that double play doesn't happen. maybe the third baseman guy would have scored because it was straight to the shortstop. Though the shortstop would be more focused on the first base runner, and he would have probably thrown it to first, and then you'd have 2 outs, and then you have a next man up to bat, and not a double play. This is also the first World Series where I've ever seen where both back-to-back games end on double plays. I've never seen that before in baseball, which, I mean, to the tyrant of a team like the Dodgers to do that, it's not great. I mean, show them the video when you got the chance.
Yeah, we'll get to that video.
Because when I was in New York when that happened, and when I saw that the Dodgers won, I have never turned off a TV so fast in my entire life.
Yeah, I turned it off as soon as it was over, but I was just like, I felt like as a fan, I'm like
as soon as Mookie Betts got the ball, stepped on the base, and the second Freddie Freeman caught that ball, I did everything I could to turn that TV off as fast as possible. And I went upstairs and I sat however long in silence, and then I posted the video that you guys are going to actually see in just a moment.
Yeah. Well, as I was asking about about saying the best World Series you've seen, so we got Comneer.
Oh yeah, the 2014 World Series of Madison Bumgarner came in as a closer against Kansas City. You could hear a pen drop when he was coming out of that bullpen. Because Madison Bumgarner during the time was one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I do recall seeing the final when the Giants won, but I was an A's fan, so I was like, man. But congrats to the Giants in that time, winning a World Series for the Bay.
The Giants do something in free agency.
We'll see.
I'm hoping for some big moves. They've officially signed the Tony Vitello coach. Got an interview, spoke very well. He said that he was even at the Kansas City Royals game against the Giants in that World Series game. He said he was He was there.
Okay. But yeah, so folks that you haven't seen it on our Instagram page, Jack, as you mentioned about a video of the exact reaction. And it's
Jack from Round the Baseboards. Dodgers win the World Series. They go back to back for the first time since the Yankees did it in the late 90s and 2000. And baseball's officially dead. Lockout's going to happen, and Dodgers officially ruined baseball. Basically, the thing is, if you have a shit ton of money in your pocket, you can buy yourself a championship. So, baseball's dead. Expect a rant.
Sorry for the weird pause. I just thought I'd just get to that. Just sticking with the topic, and then he was saying he's going to do his rant, as you saw right there. So, yeah. I mean, what Jack mentioned was a lot of critics do is buying champions. I mean, there's either side on how you
okay. Also, I'm going to say this. So, a bunch of teams had player options for certain players. Like the White Sox, for example, did it to this guy named Luis Roberts. Alex Bregman declined his option with the Red Sox, so he's going to be a free agent. Pete Alonso declined his player option with the Mets. He's going to be a free agent. The Giants should honestly go after those two guys specifically. But Emanga from the Cubs, I believe, is going to be a free agent. And if he signs with the Dodgers, I'm actually done.
I mean,
It'll be just another all-star on the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are going to probably offer him a 5-year, $200 million contract. And I'm actually going to take. I'm not going to go to a single baseball game. I don't even want to mention that out of my mouth.
I know you say you're going to take a 2-year.
Please do not go there. Don't be like Ohtani and Yamamoto and Sasaki. Don't be like those guys. Do your own thing. Don't join them, please, man. Go to the Giants or something. Don't go to the Dodgers, please. If any big free agency signs with the Dodgers, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'll actually
Wait, did you say take a 2-year hiatus? You're not gonna watch baseball?
No, I'm honestly seriously thinking about doing that, for real. Normally I wouldn't do that because I usually be joking about it and I actually go watch baseball. But if the Dodgers get someone big in the offseason, I'm done. 2 years off. I will take a 2-year hiatus.
Well, Drew, we didn't hear much from you, but I know you said about this greater than 2016, but you think any other memorable moments that about that World Series? And do you have any rants on just how many of the Jays played that could have made a chance to win it?
I heard that one of the Blue Jays player got death threats because of the slide.
Ooh,
The guy who slid home in the ninth inning.
I mean, okay. I'm almost going to respond to Drew on this. I would have never, ever, ever played him like at shortstop. I get Bo Bichette was dealing with a leg injury, so he can't really run. But Isaiah, like I don't know his full name, IKF.
IKF, yeah.
Yeah, that's his initials. But I would have never, ever put him in as a pinch runner because he's not fast. He's a big dude, but he's not fast.
Yeah, just
why do you think the Yankees got rid of him?
It's just the lead he had. It was so slim. I'm like, you're going to try to outrun Yamamoto's pitch.
Anytime you have a runner in scoring position, you got to put your fastest guy that's on the bench available and put him in.
I mean,
no matter if he's like an outfielder or an infielder, whatever the case is, you got to put him in because he's not the fastest guy in that team.
There's one specific Dodger that pretty much helped the Dodgers win. Smith made the game-winning homer, but the one player that's why with these memorable moments, Rojas. The man that pretty much
it's his first home run of the postseason, and it's in a game 7.
And he's the one who made that throw to Smith that barely got the guy out.
I don't know Rojas, and sometimes I don't have beef with no players I don't really know on teams I don't like, but now I got major beef with them.
I mean, it's just just as a regular fan, and just for at least if you're a player like him, good defenseman, but when it comes to hitting, you're not too good at least there's one memorable moment for his career, and so on. But yeah, the Dodgers back to back, finally breaking the 25-year drought, you could say, since the Yankees in 95 to 2000.
Yeah. They better not go on a three-peat. I'm telling you right now, all teams need to team up together and agree on the best possible candidate of the team. First off, if the Giants can get a bunch of free agencies, maybe they can stop the Dodgers from being like a great team. Maybe they can force them in like the wild card or something.
All right, we already know Jack's answer to this, but Drew, do you see a three-peat? Can more sports history be made?
If a three-peat happens, it's going to cause a walkout for sure. And yeah, we're gonna have a lockout for sure. And
what's worse about this Dodgers win? They were a wild card team. They were 1 and 2 seeds. They came out of the wild card, and pretty much they had a little minor stiff competition. Of course, not the Brewers. The Brewers had their World Series against the Cubs, but that's what makes it feel a little worse. Is if you're just you hate the Dodgers, you're on the side hating the Dodgers. It's like they just came out of the wild card, and they just had probably the best team they could have faced. They could have stopped them from doing back-to-back. I mean, man.
The only time I think there's ever been a three-peat was the Yankees winning in 1998 against the Padres, 1999 against the Braves, 2000 against the Mets. So far, it's been the Dodgers in the first one against the Yankees. This one, it's been against the Blue Jays. I'm wondering if this time it's against the Red Sox because it's been the same division so far.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the Giants, you can have the chance to stop it from happening. You just need to recruit.
So wait, the lockout isn't happening this.
No, if they do three-peat, it's going to cause a lockout.
Three-peat, honestly, they should just disband the MLB because there's no point anymore. Ohtani is still he's not even 30. I don't even think he's 30 years old.
No, he's 31. He's 31.
31. Okay, he's not even halfway to 30 yet. I'm saying that if the Dodgers do three-peat, I will not watch baseball for a decade. I will not watch honestly until he retires.
But it's sure. Yeah, like I was about to say, that movie is still competitive. Though, yes, the Dodgers.
Not competitive enough to beat the Dodgers.
Well, I mean, like people do say that all these players that were on this Dodger team was on teams that weren't willing to pay them. Let's just say, in a scenario, if they actually stayed with their team and got paid, who knows what the Dodgers would have
Yeah,
looked
like what happened to caring about baseball instead of just caring about money?
I mean, if
That's what the
Ohtani went
Dodgers
to,
are. They're just caring about the money. They're not caring about the game of baseball because that's why I said they're ruining the game.
Ohtani,
These guys are like, hold on, I'm trying to find a really good comparison here.
I mean, Ohtani could have been a J. Who knows what he would have done for Toronto?
Like no, like or Shohei Ohtani staying in the Angels, or if Ohtani went to like, Ohtani was offered to go to the Giants, and Aaron Judge was obviously offered to go to the Giants. Imagine if those two played together. How many championships would the Giants have for the next 10 years? Not many. Maybe if they were on a same three-peat, I wouldn't give a damn. But now that the team that I dislike the most, more than any other team in baseball, even more than the Astros, those cheaters, the Dodgers are honestly they're global enemy number 2 to me. Number 1 is the Chiefs, but global enemy number 2 is the Dodgers for me.
I mean, I expect that Toronto team to hopefully repay Bichette.
And the Dodgers kind of lost to themselves in that game.
Like
they had every opportunity to win. Hoffman, all he had to do was strike out Rojas, and Ohtani still pops it up and gets out. 3 outs. Toronto wins the World Series for the first time since 1993. And instead, you throw a fastball right down the middle, and Rojas hits a deep left.
I mean, even though that was the tying run that would have saved the season, Smith ends it with his own in the 11th.
This is what's wrong with people in baseball. Rob Manfred needs to, like, honestly, there was just one time in the NBA where this big trade would have happened. And this was like prime Chris Paul, like getting traded. And the commissioner blocked it from happening. That's what Rob Manfred needs to do for the Dodgers. Because the Dodgers are on cheat mode. They're on God mode as it is. If like they get somebody really good, if they get someone like Pete Alonso or Imanga or Bregman or any of those guys, he needs to block that off.
Well, wait, aren't they inflicting the cap room? Are they waiting on next year to see how the season goes?
Something like that. But all I know is the Dodgers are going to try to get busy. They're just
I don't know if the cap. I don't know how they're going to like imply it and how would it work when they look at everyone's salary.
You know what, dare I say this? You remember that thing that happened with like Ohtani's money and like his translator like doing something with him?
Yeah.
Damn it! I think Ohtani did.
Okay, you're going.
No, seriously, it just seems so suspect to me. And honestly, I might be losing my. I might be kind of losing my mind a little bit, but I'm not. Yeah. I'm not stupid. But it's definitely something shady because Ohtani all of a sudden turns around, goes to the Dodgers, wins back-to-back World Series after playing for the Angels and gets nothing from there.
I mean, his decision of his own. Sure, I don't know. The Jays offered. Maybe he was citing which one to go to.
No, like, he just chose the easiest option.
Maybe it's travel. Since he was already an Angel.
He just go from Anaheim to Los Angeles, and that's not a damn thing.
I mean, right.
He should have just went to a team where he can actually compete and not just be like.
He's competing. I mean, what's Jesse this year? Because right now
he is competing, but he's not the entire Dodgers. The Dodgers have like Mookie Betts, Max Muncy. Well, okay. The good thing is Kershaw's gone, so maybe that'll help. But as a Giants fan, I cannot stand that mother.
Okay, well, since you say Kershaw, we got at least like, hey, he went out with a bang.
Well, okay, he went out with a grounder, please.
Come on.
I mean, his last set pitching was he just gave up a grounder. That was it. But I mean, at least he got a championship, so that's nice for him. But
he got a championship. That's what
as a Giants fan, I can't stand him.
I know. I hear you. All right. Well, there's our talks for the World Series. Let us know on. You're a hater, or at least what's your general mind of baseball and just how this years go by now.
People, please comment. We hate the Dodgers. Commented, please.
You can do that.
Also, you guys can comment what World Series was the best for y'all.
Yeah,
Like what?
if you comment like go Dodgers, then we're gonna have a freaking problem here.
Exactly.
All right, well, what's the next topic?
Well, let's get to it. Favorite subject for everyone like to us to talk about, and that is the NFL. And man, I have something to say. But we'll get there when we get there.
I know he's gonna talk about. Yeah, I know exactly what he's gonna talk about.
But moving on. So yeah, let's do a recap. So Ravens, no problems. Miami.
Facts.
No problems with Baltimore.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's starting to look really.
And what do you guys think of McDaniel's actually going to? It's actually he's staying for at least this season.
I think it's a dumb move by Miami. Like
They
you fire your GM, but you don't fire your coach. It makes no sense to me.
No.
And the Dolphins trading Phillips to the Eagles for a third.
Why don't you just hand the Eagles another Super Bowl ring again?
And not only that, they got. Well, we'll go to the Eagles. Well, no, so they're not playing. They're playing it's coming week of Monday. They even got your years. Like, why not? Let's do another Packer versus former player. Why not? Well, guys. Well, Jack, want to know? Did you like the game? I'm assuming you went.
Yes, I did go to the Niners and Giants game with my dad. Shout out to him for taking me. Good to see the Niners win. Well, Mikael Williams got hurt. He tore his ACL. So, I mean, at least the one injury's got to happen for a game. I guess that's the curse of it not being a Niners player.
Another victim.
And I got more stuff to say about the Niners later. I may have a few choice words about it when we talk about free agency. But all in all, they played very well. Brian Robinson Jr. got a touchdown. McCaffrey scored twice. Mac Jones passed very well. I mean, he had that boneheaded pass, but the Giants missed a field goal off that. So I'm not completely mad at that. But all in all, they played well. I mean, they gave up a few touchdowns that shouldn't have been given up, like one at the end. I mean, Jackson Dart, he played very exceptionally well. Clinton Farrell got a big sack. It was all in all good performance, and next week they got a big one.
Yep, bounce back game from the 49ers, and like Jack said, this Sunday is a big one for us.
So, Lions losing at home. You don't see that every day by the one and only J.J. McCarthy. I felt like I should not doubted that. McCarthy had a really good game, though. Or at least a really efficient game. I mean, 27-24. I don't know what, props, big win.
Yeah, his return to Michigan, and first time playing in Michigan as a starting QB. And, good for JJ for not only this win is a statement for them, but it's going to hopefully motivate them for the next game going forward.
All right, look there.
Yeah, great comment. Best comment we've ever had. Thank you, SF and WC. But about the Vikings and Lions, I predicted the Lions were going to win this one, so this one's very unexpected. But good for J.J. McCarthy come back to his state he played college football at University of Michigan, and he beat the Lions, so good for him.
I don't know. Chargers survived Tennessee. And not only that, do you guys know the intern coach was for the Titans?
Who's that?
He was the former Chargers coach long ago.
Who's it again?
What's his name?
But, talking about that game while I'm on, just looking up who the coach is.
Mike McCoy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But for this, though, I'd be a little concerned about the Chargers. I mean, you almost lost to one of the worst teams in football, and they've been struggling all year. And just seeing the Chargers barely beating the Titans, that could be concerning for the future. It's a good look. It's sort of promising if you kind of look at it from a different perspective from the Titans, but it's not a good look for the Chargers.
They almost lost to Miami a couple weeks ago, so I shall say.
The Chargers, though, they survived, keeping their strong hold on the division. Well, the Falcons, I got to hand it to them with Penix. I mean, this is the thing about the Falcons. They're like up and down. They have a bad game, they have a good game. As you can see, they lost by a point. I didn't see how it all ended out, but 24-23 with the Patriots becoming, well, they seem like the old ways. The old ways of the Patriots are on a roll with the Drake May chapter.
Yeah, Drake May is making quite a statement, and it's very unexpected. Mike Vrabel's doing a great job also. People aren't really giving him too much credit. They're giving all the credit to Drake May, but the coaches deserve credit too.
Yeah, congrats to Patriots, and big shout out to Mike Vrabel, doing a good job with the Patriots, and try out Drake May being doing his thing. So obviously they're still ahead of the Bills, and more games to come.
Well, maybe a little. I don't know. Daniel Jones was his old self, but Steelers big win over the Colts, 27-20. Seemed like Colts got pretty much just get some points to keep it close, but it's already over. But a strong performance from the Steelers, and now with the Colts losing, they got Sauce Gardner, so. We'll see.
It's like, hey, we're good. Why don't we just get even better and just take the best defensive back? That wasn't even thought like that. 99% of NFL fans thought it was going to stay in New York on the New York Jets.
But what do you think of Daniel Jones? Because when the Colts made that trade, it seems like clearly they like Jones, but I don't know if they're going to have him for the future. We don't know.
Honestly, I would give him a decent contract, like a Baker Mayfield kind of contract.
Okay.
Daniel Jones has definitely proven himself to be a very solid player, and he's in a possible case for an MVP candidate. He's having that much of a good year. He just had one bad game against the Steelers.
I mean, I saw some of this. There's definitely some flaws on his end,
but the best part by far is Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor keeping the team going. And what's with this NFL season? The Bears are 5-3, and the Bengals lose to the Jets and the Bears. And not only that, Joe Flacco had his 2015 self going for 4 TDs. And it happened on a game-winning drive that the Bengals were up 42-41 with a minute left. And there was a big pass play to the rookie tight end for that apparently did not get tackled. And then I don't know how the drive ended there, but a defensive collapse for sure. And I don't get this NFL season.
Yeah, this NFL season is wild. And I watched some of the highlights. I'm surprised T. Higgins scored 2 touchdowns. I mean, I don't think Jamar Chase scored a touchdown. He was kind of held in check, but he still caught for a lot of yards. But there was just a lack of tackling for the Bengals in the end, and they just 2 guys couldn't tackle one dude, Loveland, I think his name is, and he ran it back for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Well, Broncos had a little boxing match with the Texans. C.J. Stroud got concussed, getting a heavy hit, but it wasn't helmet to helmet, but just got whacked. That player looked like a rookie, but got whacked by the defender, and he was out. Davis Mills, I don't know if you guys know, he's actually been doing pretty good in his NFL tenure, in his times when he was a starter. So when they show the stats he had, I'm like, oh, he's actually doing pretty good from out of Stanford. So, but anyway, Broncos survived the end, 18-15. Any thoughts?
It was a tight game. The Texans was starting to getting it together recently. They somehow beat the Niners in that one game. When we're not going to really talk about that, but it was the only disappointing thing is that C.J. Stroud got hurt and he has a concussion. So they're going to evaluate him and see if he's going to be able to play this week or not. But all in all, I mean, Denver, it's a little concerning about how close you made with the Texans. You can't really do that with the opponents that you play next. So Denver's got to play better defensively and offensively.
Yep.
What happened here, Amon?
You know what's funny about this game?
Who's that?
You know Micah Parsons didn't pressure Bryce Young against one of the worst offensive linemen?
Not once?
Not once. He got held in check. Not only that, do you know McKinney was literally the only defensive player that did something? He's the only one that even got a sack. Like, no one on this defense did anything. I mean, first half, I mean, they did pretty good. I mean, like, but they threw in, like, wherever the Panthers' game plan was, it worked. Instead of these two halfback, they just know Donald's been their top guy. Might as well just run in the ball like 50 times and just go right down the field. Hey, Jordan Love. Actually, no. LaFleur. Who does a screen on a 3rd and 8? Or no, it was like 3rd and 3.
Yeah, you got to run the ball.
Screen.
And you have Jacobs as your running back. Why don't you run it?
Not only that, Jordan Love, man, you threw it in triple coverage. But that 4th down play, you had time. Instead, you did like what you did against the Niners a few years ago, just like airmailing it out. I mean, 26 for 37, 273 and a pick. But it could have been it could have been 2 picks with that throw you made. You're lucky that guy had butterfingers in the cold. Like, what is with the? It's like we're just not consistent. It's like how the week began. Beating the Commanders, good team, beating the Lions. And then you take on the Browns, it's just boom. We had to literally chase the Panthers for some reason, and we got it to tie. And then the defense just couldn't hold. Like, McKinney, I'm giving him, like, he's all right. Like, he got some picks. He almost had 2 picks. He did good. But the whole defense entirely, it's like, what the heck, Parsons? You had 3 sacks against the Cardinals. Now you get held. Gary, nothing. It's like, geez, this was just brutal. It's like, if we're going to have these types of losses, I don't know when we get to we're right now in the 4th seed of the NFC. I mean, 4th spot for the moment. It's just like the Bears 5-3. You know about the Lions, the Vikings with McCarthy. They're getting, they're getting something going eventually. So it's like, you got to like be consistent here. And we got the Eagles on the bye week. Come off their bye Monday night, so that'll be a thriller.
Yeah, that's
going to be a good game for sure.
They traded for an edge rusher, and now they traded for a former Packer, because why not? Let's just keep that going. But this was just, come on.
Yeah, this sounds like a frustrating loss.
Yeah.
Brutal. Like, if we're going to have like games like this, go well, and then just throw it down the drain with really, I just feel like LaFleur I kind of want to blame. Because, like, if he didn't do that screen on a 3rd down, sure, it might add something. The blocking was poor. But it's like, you're on a 3rd and 3. Like, when I said it, I'm like, wait, why are you doing a screen on a 3rd and short? You could have just ran up the middle of Jacobs or Elijah Wilson. And then just the 4th down play, it's just like, geez, like, love he had
I don't know why they don't call like an audible or something.
It's just like, I mean, hey, the Panthers. I mean, if they keep this going, we might see them as a late seed in the playoffs. As we're getting near the season, they might sneak in. Who knows? But props to the Panthers. Your game plan worked. Packers, hopefully. Let's avoid this. Try to be a little more consistent. That's all I'm asking. Anyway, your guys' thoughts? I know Jack was saying with Drew.
Yeah, I was just terrible play calling Buck McFarland. She could have just ran the ball.
And also, in case you guys didn't know, the jerseys they wore, that was back in 19.
Yeah, they were with the leather helmets.
Yeah, that was the original helmets. And what's interesting about that history, there was a moment in that time in the early 20s that there was, I don't know, it was a sale or something, but if this sale or deal never happened, Pat Green, the whole state of Wisconsin would have had an NFL team. It would have just been the Brewers and the Badgers and all the small schools. So in case you guys didn't know, Green Bay couldn't have even been a team. They wouldn't have had no NFL team until later on, maybe. But it's like these teams moved. But yeah, interesting history there. But yeah, Drew, continue or Jack.
But I was saying also Jordan Love's got to be better with his decision making, because when he threw that interception, it wasn't a good decision at all. I mean, it's just losing goes both ways. You can blame the coach, sure, but you can also blame the players too. And I know players don't deserve critics and all that, but if they get criticized or they can get lectured on stuff too, they can make better decision making. Focus on his decision making, he'll have a good game Monday.
Yeah, because the thing, the Packer game with the Steelers, that's what we kind of need to see more often, because that was LaFleur, that was good coaching. It's just he either makes these long gambles or just makes a poor call. That's what's going to maybe cost a lot.
I mean, all that is true, but the worst thing about that game, Tucker Kraft is out for the year.
Yeah, then there's that. Thanks for reminding me. Torn ACL.
That's.
I mean, Musgrave,
and he was like a new uprising tight end, and it's unfortunate.
Have an all-pro season.
And now you know the feeling of having a very solid player. Now he has a torn ACL and he's out for the year and all that stuff.
And not only that, Golden got hurt. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, I forgot about that. Continuing on, let's make the evening fun for the people watching, but me as another fan. The Raiders
blow it in.
Unfortunately, battled the Jags. It was an exciting game. Got a little tired. It wasn't sure a lot of scoring, but it picked up. Went to overtime, and Jags scored first. They decided to receive the ball, which was interesting. They sure do on the Raiders defense. But
I mean, the Raiders are not good defensively. I mean, that's just kind of a fact. You could find that in a dictionary. You can find it in the Bible. You can find it anywhere that the Raiders do not have a good defense.
But unfortunately, the Raiders, they scored, but, we need a win, so I like the call. Going for 2, and it was an open target. Fortunately, got batted down. Game was over.
Sometimes it is. Honestly, I hate saying this, because I used to be a big Raiders fan, but that's a typical Raiders overtime ending, if you ask me.
We had a blocked field goal with the Bears. I mean, right now, if Jesse was here, it's might as well just tank.
I'm sure Jesse, when he saw that, he was losing his mind. I mean, he obviously would prefer the win, but I sometimes don't like to take too much of risks when I
was thinking just play for the tie. A tie. At this point, we need a tie.
Yeah, but
that's the other thing. I would have preferred a tie.
Yeah, but now at this point, you just try to hope to have a good season. If you don't, you get a high draft pick.
I mean, we got the Cowboys. I know they made big trades, but they made trades too late. Maybe there's a chance we can win that Monday night. And then we got the Browns and other teams we hopefully may get some wins from. Well, I don't know what it is. So you're telling me Allen can beat Mahomes 5 consecutive times on the regular season, but then when it comes to the postseason, it's just like deja vu almost.
Yeah.
Hey, the Bills won, yippee. So the Chiefs are losing more games than anyone can expect.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, by the way. It's a great thing.
But we know if the Chiefs get in this postseason, who knows? And if the Bills are going to host them again.
You know what's kind of funny though? I heard yesterday that the Chiefs fans were complaining about the refs making bad calls apparently. And I'm like, you guys have been getting calls for you for the past 4 or 5 years. That's what your Super Bowls are literally built off of, are just bad calls or missed calls. And all of a sudden you complain for one game where even you guys were penalized only 3 times the entire game, and you complain off that. Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs fans are like MAGA fans. You're morons. And you heard what I said. There's certain people out there. All right, moving on. What's the next game?
Well, let's go Sunday night. Do you know Darnold never threw an incompletion?
Yeah, Sam Darnold had like a perfect game in
for
the first half.
16, 4 TDs.
Yeah, it's just that's insane for Sam. It's like for someone who was like drafted by the Jets and looked like his career was going to go way downhill.
And not
Now
only
going like shooting for the stars, and he's going off, and he just got a good receiver in the trade too. So Seahawks could be threats.
but here's the real story. You guys, I don't know if you guys saw it, but unfortunately, Daniels is now out for the
Daniels
year
injury,
with a broken elbow.
the Daniels injury, that was brutal.
But it's the coaching that decided to throw him in there down 38-7 the fourth quarter.
I have no idea why you do that. You
Like,
should
why?
put in Marcus Mariota. Now, if Marcus Mariota would have got injured, I would still be equally like as upset and everything. But in that situation, you just know there's no way you're going to come back. I mean, God knows it. We know it. They know it, and the Washington Commanders fans knew it because they were never going to come back.
Not only that, I feel like Daniels having an RG3 career. Like great first year, but then second year, he's been hurt like 4 times now. And now he's out permanently for the year.
We could, if the injuries keep going on, we could be looking at I don't want to say this, but comparing to basketball, we could be looking at a Greg Oden situation. And obviously, we don't hope that for Jane Daniels. We hope he recovers and everything. But if he keeps getting hurt, it's not a good sign.
And then Drew, Darnold, what's your takes? And then the injury, of course, and the decision making.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the coach of the Commanders, you should not put Daniels in the game, even though your chances of coming back is unlikely. So that's his fault for sure. And yeah, Seahawks had a good game plan and kept rolling, and then they press all gas, no brakes.
And then guys, why do we root for the Cowboys? Do you know the Cardinals actually had the Cowboys numbers in the times they met, which I didn't know about. And Jacoby Brissett, I think the Cardinals have been Dallas they're 7-0. I mean, it's during Monday nights or maybe when they meet. Cardinals actually have the upper hand based on the record. It showed that. I didn't see the game, but it's like, hey.
Yeah, I did not pay attention to that game whatsoever.
Me either.
Cardinals.
By the way, other news. It's 3 minutes after the second quarter. Warriors are winning 60-40 against the Suns. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the Bucks.
The Bucks?
Yeah, they played tonight.
Yeah.
They lost 126-100.
Ooh.
To the Raptors.
I mean, they lost to the Kings in overtime, so it's it's here and there. So I mean, that's probably the biggest loss deficit this season.
All right. So next, do we want to talk about free agency, or do we want to go to schedules?
Wait.
You mean the trade deadline?
What do you mean by free agency?
No, I mean not free agency. Sorry, the trade deadline.
Well, we didn't. Yeah, let's go to that. So yeah.
Sauce runner.
So not a lot of activity, but of course some big moves. Cowboys trying to now gain their defense, trying to get Cuban.
I can't understand why the Cowboys are trying to get people while they're not even a 500 team. They're 3-5-1. They're not a good team. They're not going to win their division. They're not going to go to the playoffs, and everybody knows it. And yet they steal all these options from the Niners. I'm about to get into the Niners for a second because I got a lot of stuff.
Packers, I'm not upset they didn't make any moves, but somebody knowing them, they make a surprising move. But the team is good as it is. So it's it's just consistency. We'll continue, Jared.
Though I think the team that did kind of well, the Jets were major sellers, but at the end of the day, they got a bunch of draft picks, so they're trying to build for their future.
Well, they're trying to pretty much reset. Yeah, they're resetting.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how you trade a bunch of guys but you don't trade the one guy, Breece Hall, who requested literally a trade before the deadline
And
happened.
Garrett Wilson. I just figured they're going to trade all their top things.
And,
get
and
all,
they,
like,
they said, screw you, we're not taking your request.
So yeah, Sauce Gardner to the Colts, and yeah, Clemens to the Cowboys.
Yeah, Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys, Logan Wilson to the Cowboys. Yes.
Sauce Gardner to the Colts.
Sauce Gardner to the Colts. That was completely unexpected. I thought he was never going to leave the Jets. I thought he was like untouchable.
I just kind of felt like the Jets. It's like I knew they're going to sell. Like they're going to have to trade.
But now this definitely makes the Colts a Super Bowl threat with them.
It's a Super Bowl threat.
Yeah, because they already have a good defense, and now adding Sauce Gardner to the mix makes them even better.
I agree.
I agree with that.
We'll see as the postseason plays out and get to the playoffs. The Colts definitely going to host a game. But yeah, I mean the Raiders. Oh yeah, speaking of the Raiders, they trade Myers to the team that beat us. Why not? And here's what's funny: we actually wanted a second and a third, but we get a fourth. So I'm like, I'll take it. But it's like,
Yeah, like a 4th and 6th.
yeah, it's funny. Like they was like thinking we want at least a second or a third round. Or speaking of those round picks, Seattle made a move, getting Rashid Shaheed from New Orleans, and the Chargers getting Pete to the Chargers since Joe Alt is out for the year. So just these the small trades. But yeah, that's it. I mean, nothing too crazy. Jack thought like NBA trade sort of thing. But nope, no one was really biting. I mean, AJ Brown was news. Rumored Jaden Waddle and Chubb, but the Dolphins had second thoughts. They want to keep him around. And so let's get continuing on to conclude the night. Time for some picks.
Hold on. I got a few things to say about the Niners.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Someone clip this, by the way.
Because usually I just like to do this for fun and all this other stuff because, I mean, I enjoy sports and I love the teams that I root for. I love the Niners, the Giants, the Warriors, even the A's, and I used to love the Raiders, and even the San Jose Sharks for hockey too. But what the 49ers did today, 4 p.m. my time, once that clock hit, I never felt so disgusted with the team my entire life. I've been watching sports probably since I've been alive. I've been watching it since I was a kid. I've watched it when I was a teenager. I'm watching it now. I'm going to watch it when I'm older. I'm going to, whenever I have kids someday, they're going to watch it, and then their kids, and then their kids, and then their kids. It goes on and on and on.
Oh, honestly.
But the 49ers had to make a move. They had to get somebody because they're dealing with a bunch of injuries. The one guy they got, Bryce Huff, he was hurt, but now he's going to be playing next week. You just got this guy, Keon White, who's okay. And, they got somebody else. I don't remember. Brian Robinson Jr., he's a decent backup, but you don't play him much because you spam the hell out of McCaffrey, but for some reason you don't play Garendo at all, which makes no sense to me. The 49ers maybe had 6 candidates on literally to sign to try to get in the trade deadline. Bradley Chubb was on that list. Jermaine Johnson was on that list. Trey Hendrickson was on that list. Max Crosby was even on the list. Kayvon Thibodeau was on that list.
You know about Crosby. He's going to the Raiders.
No, but I'm saying the Niners even tried to call the Raiders about it. And you know what the Niners do? Not a freaking thing. All John Lynch did was sit up in his freaking shit box of office and didn't do a damn thing but stick a finger up his ass and say, What am I doing here?
I felt like I think they should have. I feel like what you said felt like I'm assuming they made calls. Crosby.
No, okay, yeah, they made one call to for Jermaine Johnson, and they said, okay, we want a 2nd round pick, and you said no.
And then Bradley
Explain
Chubb.
to me how you send a 3rd round pick. And you pick up Jake Moody in the 3rd fucking round, and you won't spend a 2nd round pick on a goddamn defensive end. That shit makes no goddamn sense to me. That's Duke education. That's USC education. That's Alabama education. And you don't know what the fuck you're doing, John Lynch. You're going to screw over this goddamn team. The Seahawks are probably going to win the division because they got Rasheen, whatever his name is. So now they got a freaking firepower on their team. I'm surprised the Rams didn't do anything. That really shocked me because I thought they were going to get defense. But the fact that you sit back and do nothing when you were one of the teams that was supposed to make a move and you had multiple guys on your list and you don't do a thing. Like, I've passed gas and I've done more than you did. And you just sit there and just do nothing when you were the team that was supposed to do something. Fire his ass. I want John Lynch gone from the 49ers. Because, like, some people are saying, oh, yeah, it's okay. So Mikael Williams gets hurt. I watched him get hurt this weekend. Rookie tore his ACL. And you still do nothing. You're just going to assign players from practice squads at this point. I just don't get what kind of idea you're coming up with. Because I guarantee if I was Jed York, I would have fired your ass in a minute. As soon as it's 4 o'clock, it'd be like, no move. All right, you're gone. That is when a GM should be fired. Because you were the team that was expected to do the most. Okay, but like a second-round pick, how do you spend a third-round pick on Jake Moody, but you don't spend it on a defensive end like Jermaine Johnson? Jermaine Johnson could have held the defense, and he's friends with Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh deserves so much better also. He deserves so much better. And only guys you got are pretty much like, it's like pickup football. I don't really get this team. I'm not sure what their real plan is. You didn't do anything at free agency. You don't do anything during the trade line. What is your goal here? Jalen Phillips was also an option. He went to Philadelphia. Quentin Williams was an option. He went to Dallas. Logan Wilson was an option. He also went to Dallas. Why does Dallas make a move when they're not even 500? I still don't know the answer to that. Dallas is not going to make the playoffs. Jerry Jones is old ass. I don't know if he's getting Alzheimer's or what, but he needs to get his ass in a retirement home. Because I can't stand this dude just stealing picks and like if I can't have it, no one can. And he just took it all for himself. Like if someone gets hurt again, for now, every injury that that happens, that I believe that will happen to the Niners will all be on John Lynch. And if the Niners lose to the Rams next week, it's on John Lynch for not making a move. You could have made a move. You had two major candidates you just played against, including one of them is C.J. McCaffrey's close friend Brian Burns, who he played with Brian Burns was a rookie. And it was Christian McCaffrey's last year being on the Panthers. You don't make a move like that? I just don't get what their plan is. I just don't understand. Do they need to be drug tested? Do they just don't know what they're doing? Did a zombie eat their brain? I know it was Halloween recently, but come on, when you're in a situation like this, you have to make a move. And if you don't make a move, you're screwed. So if the Niners lose most of their games to finish off the year, there's only one way it's going. Because the Niners have no pass rush whatsoever. It is weak. It's soft as a pillow, their passing rush. Their passing rush is not good. Their offense is still pretty solid. Brandon Ayuk's practice window is not open yet, but hopefully it's soon. Ricky Pearsall's hopefully he'll come back. But they keep saying that week after week after week. Like, oh, he might play. He doesn't play. That's been going on for 3 weeks. He's really been out for 5 weeks. Well, actually, no, he's been out for 6 weeks. At this point, I would just put him on the IR. Like, even the Commanders had an option. Like, they were going to possibly trade some players because their Commanders season is pretty much done. They're like a 6-3 team without your starting quarterback for the rest of the year. But right now, I hate the 49ers. And it hurts me to say that because I love this team so much. But you pissed off a shit ton of fans. You understand that, John Lynch? You are the epitome of failure. And it's your freaking fault. And worst part is they can't fix it. There's no trading. Our trade line for fantasy football is literally tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And Noel, how did you beat me when you had 2 guys out in the starting lineup? And you just still go over 200. I don't understand. But John Lynch, you screwed over this entire lineup, and you screwed over every fan base. Not every fan base, all the Niner fans are pissed off at you. Some of the guys that don't know crap about football are like, oh, yeah, so whatever. But once the Niners start getting more injuries, because it will happen, because they're like really walking target for it. And if next week, when we play against the Rams, we hear something like Bryce Huff torn ACL or Commodore Lenore like torn Achilles, if we hear something like that, it's just because you gave the Niners no backups. It's not that many good players that are coming back from injury. You're not going to really have a full solid team until 2026, and you're probably not going to do anything during free agency, which I'm already going to assume they're going to do nothing, but just sit around singing Kumbaya. This team makes me sick. Like, I actually wanted to throw up so badly, but I couldn't do that. But this team makes me want to throw up right now. Because if I see that the Niners lose to the Rams like 35-21, which is probably what's going to happen, and also when the Niners play against the Rams at Niners, I want fans to boo the hell out of John Lynch. Because he is like, not only is he a traitor, he is a disgrace to the Niners organization. And he's a disgrace to the Niner fans. And he just disrespects a team like that and he shows no care at all. It's embarrassing. Show some heart. And right now, got no courage. Screw John Lynch. I hope he gets fired. Moving on.
Drew, what's your... Do you agree in his rant, or are you...
Yes, I agree with his rant. And someone please clip the rant. I need
like this. I've never felt so angry at a team my whole life. I was angry when the Warriors blew that 3-1 lead. I was angry when I lost my fantasy football league. I was angry when the Giants would lose to the Dodgers in like a regular season game, or like they would lose in the playoffs in like the wild card or something. I was angry when the Yankees lost the World Series to the Dodgers. I've been angry at a lot of things my entire life. This was the most pissed off I've ever been at a team. And it was a trade deadline where they had to make a move. And they did absolutely nothing but read where the wild things are and just act like they're a bunch of children, brainless morons. All right, let's do predictions, please. I can't take this anymore.
Well, folks, there you go. The Jack Attack strikes again, ranting about his Niners. So if people are watching, do you agree? If you're a Niner fan or a regular fan, let us know. But yeah, let's get to it. Do some picks here to wrap up our night. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share to your friends to spread this podcast. All right. Well, Thursday night. Well, it's a good game.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Sean Payton against Pete Carroll. That's the story, folks.
Yeah, that's it. Broncos. Sorry.
Broncos, please.
All right, moving on.
Well,
no, you made your pick.
Yeah, Broncos. Yeah, sorry,
Broncos. What? The reason about making picks, whatever comes to your mind, say it. Just like
you got to commit to it, I guess.
Just when Drew said about the Rams over the Niners Thursday night.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, not paying out. All right. So we're going one little Europe trip to good old Germany, and it depends. Sauce Gardner making his debut, but in Europe, back to Europe, in Germany with the Colts this time, and it just depends on the Falcons. Is this going to be a good Falcons or a bad Falcons?
Technically, this will be Sauce Gardner's second international game.
Yeah,
because before he played in London, I believe that was the worst football game in London that ever happened. but I got Colts in this one.
Colts.
It's just I'm doing the same. It just really varies because Falcons lost 23-24. So
yeah, but I mean, the Colts are the way better team than the
Well,
Falcons.
Panthers they might get 6 wins, or can the Saints maybe scratch a win here?
Yeah, but I think Panthers will get that done.
Panthers.
Will it be a shutout? I don't know. This usually when we see this batch is pretty boring, but Panthers are doing well. Saints just scrapping for wins. And they made some trades. Maybe just take some cap off. I mean, it's only one trade, but 2 trades. So, yeah, but I got Panthers. Well, we know the Jets are approaching. So, go Browns, I guess. Which is odd to say.
Yeah,
I
go
guess
Browns.
I got Browns winning that.
That's a weird one. It'll be fun the Jets win that. It's like, interesting. Wow, this is a good one. Now, wish this could be flexed to maybe an afternoon slot. But Patriots Buccaneers. Buccaneers come off the bye, hosting the Pats.
I got the Patriots actually winning that one.
Patriots.
I'm going
Pats.
to do the Buccaneers. That's Mayfield, man.
I still think the Buccaneers are the luckiest team in the NFL.
All right, this is exciting. Lamar gets McCarthy. I mean, I got the Ravens, but I don't know. I mean, McCarthy, man, he's looking good. Hopefully, the Vikings actually keep a quarterback they draft instead of trying to get rid of him and moving on to someone else. But
Lamar is starting to look like his old self again, and they've won back-to-back weeks, so I'm confident in the Ravens.
Baltimore for sure.
Well, I'm doing Giants, but I'm just doing Giants. I just can't see the Bears keep winning. Going 6-3. It's just a sight.
Well, you're a Packers fan. You don't want to see that.
I don't want to see as a general fan, though.
But
I mean, geez, like they almost blew it with the Bengals. The Bengals defense never collapsed. That would have been the final score, or at least.
Yeah, unlike the Bengals defense, the Giants actually have good multiple players on the team. Like two guys the Niners should have traded for, but decided to stick around and do absolutely nothing about it. But I got Giants.
Giants.
Actually, Bucks gonna have a good game.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Giants still.
Giants.
Well, I mean, not gonna lie. I know we're gonna do the Bills, but just recapping Thursday night, that was pretty. I mean, the Dolphins, what they had pretty much game plan was pretty good enough. They made it exciting because that would have been a boring game, but it would have been like what happened last week, 31-6 against the Ravens. But it's the way the Dolphins are. It's a sad sight, but yeah.
Yeah.
The Bills keep going and see, because right now the Patriots, it's between those two teams right now.
Yeah.
Well, we don't. Stroud probably will be out of this game, and Mills he's still a pretty good backup, and having a lot of experience as a starter. So this would be a pretty exciting game because when these two go at it, it's quite compelling. It's kind of like
they are a rivalry.
And that too, a rival, the expansion team rival. But what do you got? Jags Texans.
With the addition of the Jaguars getting Jacoby Myers, I got the Jaguars.
Jaguars for me.
Man, for me, it's almost like a coin flip, honestly. Mills is still pretty good as a backup. Jags defense is still bad because Brock Bowers pretty much is just such an amazing player and is scoring 50 points in fantasy the way we're scoring it, but I'm not sure how everyone else. But anyway, I'll do the Texans. Why not? All right, divisional battle. Brissett looking good. He's looking good, and he probably might, because according to news about Murray with his foot injury, who knows if he's out for the year, but it's going to be a while. So Brissett's holding the helm.
I heard it's like 4 to 8 weeks.
All right, it's 4 to 8 weeks.
Definitely a large,
that's practically near the end of the season. So they might as well just sit him out, which is sad to see.
You already lost James Conner, and now you're losing Kyler Murray.
Anyway, what do you got? Cardinals Seahawks. I think this would be a close game.
You know what? I'm going with the Cardinals upset.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals are going to upset, and they're going to help out the Niners. And if the Niners can beat the Rams, and that means the Niners will be in first place again.
Well, I'll join you with that. I mean, here's the thing about the Niners. When they lost Fred Warner before they took on the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons, you got them on a pretty bad. They were kind of have a bad team moment, I guess. And the Niners, running with players they have never really played before, they end up getting the win. I got the Rams still, but I'm just thinking.
That's what you said last time.
I'm still. I mean, this division is like Jack, you went with your Rams, seeming like, yeah, we're gonna go with your Niners, and if they lose, who knows? The Cardinals for all
Yeah,
we know.
I mean, I'm always going to pick the Niners, but if the Niners lose, it's all John Lynch's fault. And if a Niners defender gets hurt, everybody should look right directly at. You know what? And okay, so I want every cameraman at the Niners game because it's at Niners. Last time it was at Rams. This time it's at Niners. I want every cameraman
Rams come off their bye week.
like when they show a camera of a player that's hurt, and I want the next picture to show John Lynch and his disgusting little face.
Because I just think the Niners just has it. Just they're like one of the teams that got the injury plague.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's sacrifices.
That's why they had to make a move, and they didn't.
But I'm worried if you give up a capital, the guy plays in the first play of the first quarter, the guy's out for the year. It's like I don't know if they want to go to the Niners. They
need to fire all of the medical. They need to fire all of their whoever the trainers are. They need to fire all of them and hire new ones.
What do you think? Want to give them a Blitz League 2? Injury?
Yeah, then have a bunch of steroids and just all that stuff.
just.
You know, if that was legal, I would encourage. If that was legal, I'd encourage it. At this point.
But anyway, I got the Rams. I'm just rolling. I don't know. I mean, honestly, this would be an exciting game, but I mean, Stafford and Adams, Nakua. I mean, the Niners got the grit, from last week. I'm still rolling. I'm just gonna roll with the Rams.
And I mean, also, Kyle Lynch is still one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll always have a plan, and he's played, and he knows the Rams very, very well.
So I mean, it's gonna be a close game. I mean, if the Rams lose, I won't be mad. I just feel like just the way that team is, honestly, is what I'm approaching. All right. Well, this would have been exciting, but I mean, Mariota. I mean, well, we took on the Chiefs. I mean, when we took on the Chiefs, it wasn't really a pretty game for him. I mean, I don't know what other starting games. I mean, the Raiders, but that's the Raiders. I don't know.
I got Lions winning that one. It's probably going to be a blowout.
Yeah, that might be a blowout. Mariota might hopefully throw a couple of teams.
Hopefully he scores a touchdown, too.
Yeah, but the Lions losing to the Vikings at home, you know how they bounce back. Sunday night, pretty good one. Rodgers going to L.A. to take on the Chargers. It's Tomlin and Harbaugh, or Rodgers and Harbaugh. I'm trying to think throughout the history with the Packers.
Well, you could say like the old versus the young, Herbert versus Rodgers.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think like coach against player too, Rodgers against Harbaugh. I'm just thinking about history.
You can do that.
There's that. I mean, there's so many stories you can tell. Young against old, Tomlin against Harbaugh against Rodgers. Since I'm trying to think like throughout when the Packers during the
how about oh wait no, Najee Harris not the year.
Yeah, Harris got it.
I was gonna say Najee Harris versus Steelers, but yeah.
I got the Chargers.
That
Steelers defense.
You know what? I actually have Pittsburgh winning this.
All right.
But it's gonna be like a game winner.
Drew?
I think this game's going to be a close one. I got the Steelers, though.
Well, hopefully this will be more exciting than last week because I knew when it was Seattle. When I thought it was Seattle and Commanders, I'm like, it might be pretty good. But I'm like, well, it's the way
but then Sam Donald just came in and said, watch this, and just destroyed
Goes off.
Commanders in one quarter.
All right. The finale in Lambeau. Not in Philly. It's in Lambeau. In the November cold. And the Eagles trading for Phillips and Jair Alexander. Welcome back to Green Bay.
Yeah. I got the Eagles. Sorry, I'm on, but I got the Eagles. The Eagles just Howie Roseman just knows how to get players, and John Lynch doesn't have a freaking clue on how to get players. Plus, I mean, the Eagles are used to the cold also, so there's that.
Like, here's the thing, Packers, when they face good teams, they do fight to the end. It's just when it comes to like teams like the Cardinals.
Well, I kind of partly expect this game to go to overtime, honestly.
Yeah, it's not gonna go overtime. Hopefully on a
not.
Monday night. So hopefully that does
What
not.
if it does?
I mean, heck. So we'll also watch it and be at bed at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
if they get overtime, then I'm gonna be texting you.
Like the 18 inning game.
Yeah, but I got the Eagles, so.
Eagles. All right. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying up late for the ones that stayed up late. Have a good night. Stay tuned for our next episode.
Yep.